across with a gemstone, most of the traders, they are trying to go behind a laboratory. So in some cases, this is not practical as well. Like you don't have a lot of laboratories dispersed all over the country. So because of that, what I selected was few or like two of the treatments and synthetics where a person can identify by it themselves. If they know the appearance and if they can remember these facts, what I will be giving you today, so they will be able to get their decisions by their own. So there will be no need of going to a laboratory. So that's why I took this particular presentation. We'll move to the next slide, please. Okay, thanks. So at the beginning, actually, I'm very much fascinated about the inside or the inner world. I call it inner world of gems. So these are the things what you observe from a magnification. You will be seeing these type of things inside a gemstone. So these are the things what you call inclusions. So inclusions are, let's say, like birthmarks in ourselves. Like those are the birthmarks of a gemstone. So each and every gemstone has its own inclusions. So I just want to give you some idea about how it looks like and how fascinating that is. And this changes from stone to stone. So we will never be able to find the similar thing in another stone. So it will be different, something different. So moving on. So again, few inclusions. So these, we call it minerals, again crystals. We find these in different gemstones. Mostly these are in sapphires, stones we get in the market. So these are the inclusions what you get in sapphires. So observations. This is where I'm starting my topic. So observation is something very much crucial when you are going to take a decision on a gemstone. So once you look at a gemstone, in different magnifications, you can take your different observations and you can come to your conclusions. So I just want to give you a small idea what sort of levels you have to use for your magnification or how you start your observations. So this is a small diagram which I'll be showing you. Like your first step of observing a gemstone is by your naked eye. So you first do that from your naked eye. If that is not enough, then you have to go for your other equipments. So here I have not mentioned the visor, but in between you have a visor. And then we are having the gemological loop. So this gemological term is very much important. Like there are different loops which is not relevant to gemology. So specifically you have to get a loop which is gemological or which is created for gemological purposes. So that most of the time you can go up to a magnification which is 10 times or even 20 times. So if you cannot take decisions out of that, then definitely you have to go for a microscope, which gives you a magnification of 60 to 80 times magnification. So this is your process. So most of the things, like that is obviously for a laboratory. A person who in a laboratory can use a microscope, but these few levels, your naked eye, your optivisor, and the loop. So these things can be used by any person who knows how to use this. So moving on, so this is where I'm focusing on for your naked eye, optivisor, and loop. So I have a question, and before that, I just forgot to tell you, like, this will be an interactive session. So I would love to give you time to get me some answers. So, a small question for you all. Can you guess what this stone is? Yes, Sharifa. Cat's eye. Yeah, you're correct. And I need few more answers. What type of a cat's eye is it? Wow, Sharifa, that's perfect. You're being a compeer and knowing about gemology. Fantastic. Any more answers? I mean, this is a cat's eye. Obviously, it's a cat's eye. So, what sort of a cat's eye? What variety? Traders, you guys know about these stones, right? You're all dealing with this daily. Just come up, just. No answers. Yeah, Mr. Indika, any idea? I mean, you can answer. Even if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter because you are into jewelry.
Single ray cat's eye?
Yeah, cat's eye. Yeah, single ray cat's eye, it's fine. So actually, what I want to get the answer is something like this. So this is actually a glass cat's eye. So see, like it has a perfect ray. So let's say if you are looking for a good stone, anybody get caught for this? Because it has a brilliant, perfect cat's eye streak. So the problem is, this is not natural. So this is something artificial. So that is the problem. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you some tips how to differentiate this by your naked eye or from an optivisor or a loop. So this is very simple. It's so simple. So if you can remember this, easily you can differentiate whether your cat's eye is a natural one or a glass one or imitation. So that is my target for today. I think you all enjoy this and this will be helpful for your work day-to-day life as well. So this is the story behind. So this is the cross-section. This is the cross-section of this particular cat's eye. So if you just observe a other type of a cat's eye, let's say chrysoberyl cat's eye, Zircon cat's eye, and any other cat's eye, you will not see a structure like this. So this is the story behind. Most of the time, what happens is, nobody is trying to focus on this side, the cross-section. If you observe this cross-section, you will see this particular structure. So I have a lot of pictures to show you, because I'm showing you a lot of pictures. I want you all to get this now itself, store it on your head. So that's it. So then you can use it. So these are magnified pictures. So most of the time, like these type of cat's eyes, I have come across with people who bring those stones to test. So they got caught. I mean, they don't know exactly those are glass cat's eyes. So, but this is very simple. If they just observe that side, and if they know that those are features, easily they can differentiate that it's not a natural stone. So this is under magnification, but we can see this to your naked eye as well. So we call this structure chicken mesh structure or like honeycomb structure. Normally what happens is, I'll come back to this. So this is a natural chrysoberyl cat's eye. And the story behind the cat's eye is, in a natural gemstone, you have set of needles in the gemstone. So these needles are right angles to your cat's eye streak. So this is how it works. This is your cat's eye streak, and these are your needles. So if you have needles, there's a chance you're getting a cat's eye streak. But what they do is, for you to create it artificially, they use fiber optic needles, and they integrate fiber optic needles to your glass stone. So then only you get this structure, and then you get a perfect cat's eye streak. So normally, and the other thing is, another small tip, so when it comes to natural gemstones, your streak would not always be perfect. There might be small deviations, or areas where might be dispersed. Likewise, these type of things will be there. But when it comes to your, it's not working. Sorry. Stuck. Just want to go to the previous, no, backwards. Even back, even back. Really. So when it comes to this streak, so what happens, it's very sharp and it's continuous. There are no any deviations or any dispersed areas. So it is continuous. So moving on. Yeah. So this is the concept. So instead of natural needles, they have integrated fiber optic needles. So because of that only, you are getting this particular cat's eye streak. So if you can, so what you have to do is, whenever you are come across with a cat's eye stone, especially cat's eye stones, always look from this direction. Observe this particular side. If you see some sort of a honeycomb structure or like chicken mesh structure, that's the end of the story. That's a glass cat's eye. What happens in natural gemstones, those needles are very much fine. So you will not be able to see such a structure. So this is the easiest way where you can differentiate your glass cat's eye. So this can be done in anywhere, like even you're buying on a street, still you can see this. This particular feature is very much visible to even your naked eye as well as your optivisors. So that's why I wanted to highlight this. And also, these days they have a lot of chrysoberyl color glass cat's eyes. So that's why I thought of bringing this up in this forum, so that will be helpful for all of y'all. So moving on. So these are the other colors, what you get in glass cat's eyes. So these are not a big deal because these are with very much fancy colors. So most of the time, natural gemstones don't, I cannot say exactly don't appear, but these are too much fancy, so there are less probability for you to get something like this. But the problem is that particular chrysoberyl color and other colors would make you a challenge. And also, I came across with a stone, which is actually 12 kilos. 12 kilos of glass cat's eye. It's a completely ball. It's like the ball what we use for balling, something like that. Big stone, the same thing. It's also a glass cat's eye. And also, it was very easy. I looked from this cross-section, saw the chicken mesh, that's it. So it was glass cat's eye. And this is I got from GIA, one of their articles. So they have a reputed jewelry company in US. They have sold a jewelry without knowing that it is a glass cat's eye. Once it was gone to GIA, so then they have noticed this particular structure, and they have identified that it is a glass cat's eye. So it is very simple. The only thing is, if you don't look for it, you will never be able to notice. That's the most important part in gemology. If you don't look for something, you will never know. And if you don't know that, still you will never be able to identify the differences. So this is the structures what they have given. The same thing. This is a honeycomb structure, or you call it chicken mesh structure. Again, that type. So whatever the color or anything, you still have the same structure. So this is how you're going to identify your glass cat's eye. Yeah. Any questions? I want you all to ask some questions. No questions. So no questions mean you all got everything and now it's perfect. If you get a glass cat's eye, you will not get caught at all. Or you didn't get anything at all. I don't know. So the questions are the things that will make me sure that you all understood. Any questions? All good? So I think it's all good. And I have a small video to show you all. Can we run the video? So this is a microscopic a video which I have captured on this particular glass cat's eye. So you can have a 3D appearance, 3D view, how it looks like. So these all are fiber optic needles, cross-section. Is it running? Yeah. So from different angles, you will see in different ways. But from this particular direction, once you observe from the top, it will look like a needle, just a normal needle. From that direction, we cannot get any particular idea. But once you go to the cross section, the side view, then only story pops up. See, even that area also, you have in the cross section, you have the pattern. But once you look from the top, observe from the top, you will not see that. So this is the bottom part, bottom side. So all over the stone, you have fiber optic needles. Again, you are coming to the other side, your needles. We are zooming in, zooming more in. See, like, there's another outline over here also. See, this is your particular thing, and then again, surrounding that, there's another structure. There. So this is the exact structure, what you see. This is under microscope, but this can be seen by your naked eye also. Like, normally what happens is, I am used to this. So whenever I get a stone, what I do is I look from the top and look the side. So then only I come to the conclusions. And also my advice is, before getting impressed for a gemstone, all the time, look from the top and look the side as well. So then you can get impressed. Otherwise, it will be a problem. Yeah. So that's about it, about glass cat's eyes. So is it simple? I mean, what do you all think? What I said was correct, right? I mean, you don't have to do a lot of test things. Simply, you can come to your conclusion. All good, right? Yes. So then we are moving on to the next part. So there are 2 rubies here. So what are the observations you can get out of those 2 stones? Both of them are rubies. What are your ideas? Sharif, I think you can give me an answer.
I'm lost. One looks sleek and the other looks like there's nothing done, not treated or something like that.
Yeah, so it's like this. So its luster is very low. So it's like fractures are there. So you can see that to your naked eye. But that stone is not like that. You don't have any fractures. So the problem is, this stone is glass filled. And that is no glass filling. So that's a difference. Just one difference, what we can observe. The only thing is, this stone is highly glass filled. Like most of the areas are filled with glass. But that is not. So that's why you can observe at this moment itself, you can guess that that stone has been done some treatments, submitted to some treatments. So these are the internal appearances what you can see once your stone is glass filled. So glass filling is mostly done to rubies, but it doesn't mean that it's not done to other sapphires as well. So this is a blue color sapphire, which has been glass filled. So once you fill with glass, what happened is the areas where those cavities are, you can see gas bubbles as well as some sort of a flowing pattern. Like in a natural gemstone, you don't get that. And also the most important thing is, once your stone is filled with glass, the refractive index has a difference. Because sapphire or the corundum has a higher refractive index, and the glass has a lower refractive index. So once you observe the stone, you can see that difference. You see the difference like from the reflections or the luster. You can see luster difference. So luster always based on your refractive index. If you have a higher luster or you have a higher refractive index, you get higher luster. If you have a lower refractive index, you get lower luster. So that's the story. So once you come across with a stone like this, you see areas where you have different lusters. And here, you have, apart from natural inclusions, you will see gas bubbles and some sort of a flowing pattern inside the gemstone. I'll show you a few more pictures. See, that's a ruby. But what happens is, once you fill with glass, you will see it as blue color vein-like structure inside the stone. So that's the areas which are filled with glass. So you can easily, like, if you just observe the stone, you can easily notice this. But if you don't know this story, then you will not notice. That's the whole story about inclusions. There are a lot of inclusions. Like a small example, like let's say once we get a student, so on the first day itself, once you give a stone to him, he'll go through the stone, but he doesn't know what are the inclusions. So he cannot figure out what are these. But now you know what are the things to expect in a glass-filled stone. So if you see this, you can easily identify that your stone is glass-filled. It's very simple. It's about your knowledge, whether you know it or not. Again, some pictures. See, like you have gas bubbles, bigger gas bubbles, and this stone is originally a red or pink color stone, but there are areas which are blue. So those are the areas which are filled with glass. Again, few more pictures of inclusions. The same thing. See, like these areas are filled with glass. And the best part is, in some stones, you can see that your naked eye also. You can see these particular areas which you have blue color and all that. In some stones, you can see the gas bubbles to your naked eye also. I have seen. I'll show you one later. So see, this was a jewellery we got to test. So in that stone, you can easily see the gas bubble over here by your naked eye also. So in some stones, that is very much simple. So simple. So likewise, my same advice. If you look for it, you will notice. If you don't look for it, you will never notice. That's the simple story behind inclusions and all those identification methods. And one more thing. When it comes, I'm just highlighting the luster difference. So luster difference and also these areas, like the stone has been splitted into different areas. So like it's not like a clear-cut stone. So there are separate areas which are filled and which are not filled. So you can notice that once you observe the stone. And also that is another stone which is glass filled. Yeah, so that's all about. I was just trying to give you some idea about those two treatments and the synthetic. So that's all about what I was trying to explain you, and I believe that you all got some idea, and you can practice this in future. And these are some of my inclusion photographs. This is something what I passionate about. So each and every gemstone has different inclusions. So these are two-phase inclusions, what you get in emeralds. Those are dispersed color bands where you get in heated sapphires, and that's a nice crystal. So this is a crystal which is inside a gemstone. So the exact shape is there. So that's the best part of it. Like inside the stone, you get another crystal. Inside a pink sapphire, you get a corundum crystal. Something like that. So this is a different area. If you are interested, you can try this out. Like, it's a different world. That's why I call it inner world of gems. This is something bonus, I guess. So the other few inclusions. So normally we see a lot of needles which are straight, but this is something different what I observe in a natural spinel. So there are some wavy area. Normally you get it in straight lines, but there's something different. That's why I just captured it. And again, that's another crystal which we found in a natural spinel. So, any questions? I didn't get any questions.
Do we have any questions? If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Or just pose the question directly at Samita. No questions?
No questions. I guess they'll ask the question later on. Once you go home, you get the questions. So, thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I believe like you all got something to yourself, something useful for yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Samita Lianage, consultant gemologist and president at Gemologists Association of Sri Lanka, for